Minnesota Twins baseball is presented by Progressive. Taj Bradley and the boys taking the mound here at Target Field, wrapping up this very quick 3-game homestand, looking for a series win today. Temperatures have cooled, wind has picked up a bit, but still plenty of sunshine here at the ballpark today. It is getaway day for both teams. Ollie Marmol and the Cardinals have played well on the road this season, adding to that tally yesterday with win number 19 away from Busch Stadium. And the Ford batting order, different look today. J.J. Weatherholt, yes, back in the leadoff spot, but playing short for the first time in his young big league career. First start behind the plate for Ivan Herrera, coming off a 2-homer game yesterday. That means Alec Burleson will DH and bat third. Jordan Walker, what a home run he had yesterday. Lars Nootbaar back in left. Blaze Jordan, Brian Torres at second, Jose Fermin and Nathan Church round out the 9 for St. Louis. And Taj Bradley Perk has the ball. His numbers are brought to you by CarShield.
And it's been a tale of two seasons, as we just mentioned. Pre-injury, post-injury. He had 8 games started and 47 innings pitched before that pec injury. 52-17 strikeout to walk rate. In his 4 games back, only 18 innings pitched, 21 strikeouts, so the strikeout numbers are there, but 12 walks. So that walk rate has climbed. He's got to get back in the strike zone, be confident in his stuff. I think the one positive post-IL stint, the velocity has been really good. So that's a good building block for Taj. He's just got to execute in the strike zone.
J.J. Weatherholt leads off for St. Louis, and a good start for Taj. A fastball at 97, and with that, we are underway. And there is a look at right now, I would say the favorite to be the National League Rookie of the Year. Former first-round pick out of West Virginia. As Bradley paints, and a challenge will be coming here from Caratini, and he will be correct. ABS challenges are powered by T-Mobile. Called a ball. It was a strike. So good challenge by Caratini. His 33rd win, and it's 0-2. Weatherholt did not start yesterday, came in late for defense, had 2 hits back on Friday as a cutter misses inside for ball 1. Perk, watching Weatherholt this weekend, has he impressed you?
You can see the athleticism, absolutely. There's 3 guys now that we've seen that are so similar as Bazana in Cleveland, and it's these shorter, not stockier, but shorter, strongly built, athletic infielders. It's him, McGonigal, and now Weatherholt, all very similar in build, good plate discipline, really good young group of players, middle infielders in Major League Baseball right now.
Let's go around the show, and I would say, yeah, you got a good look at the National League Rookie of the Year candidates. Sal Stewart with Cincinnati, Nolan McLean. We saw him with the Mets. Just filthy movement from McLean with his stuff. Yeah, but this guy right now, he has been very impressive. And Bradley just struck him out, and that's called the ball, but this will be a strike at 99. And Caratini will have his second successful challenge. 6 pitches into the game, and Weatherholt strikes out.
Strike. Minnesota has 2 challenges remaining.
And for the 9th time, Caratini has flipped a ball into an ABS strikeout.
When Taj can locate his fastball at the bottom of the strike zone, it's going to be very difficult for the hitters. The split at the bottom of the zone, and I think when you're a hitter with Taj, you're thinking top of the zone. If it's high, fastball in the zone. If it's down, that's going to be a split down below the strike zone. If he can get that 4-seam fastball, especially late in counts, in the strike zone at the bottom, he's going to get a bunch of takes.
Ivan Herrera DH Friday, Saturday behind the plate today. Had a 2-homer game yesterday. And Herrera this season, he's been catching 2 starters. Michael McGreevy, who's starting today for St. Louis, also Andre Paulante. And the 2-0 pitch, a high towering pop fly. And Brooks Lee with the sunglasses on, drifting into fair territory. And Herrera's out number 2. So we see Brooks Lee, the rest of the Twins defensively behind Bradley for the series finale. Lee, Gray, Keyshaw, Lewis around the infield. Caratini catching. Larnach, Buxton back in center, Cody Clemens. Yeah, they're just a really good defensive season, offensive season back and right. And now Alec Burleson, whose run of homering in 4 straight games ended yesterday, was looking to become the first Cardinal to homer in 5 straight since Nolan Arenado a couple of years ago. Makes a mighty cut. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Now, despite the fact he did not homer yesterday, did pick up a base hit. And with that, riding a 13-game hitting streak. Just low as Caratini, the little pause there, right, with the throwback. Thought about it.
He thought about it.
You think the catcher's kind of, it's a feel, no doubt about it. But if the clock is moving in their head with the 3-second limit that exists when a batter, pitcher, or catcher can challenge?
Come again?
3-1 to Burleson is pulled foul. Like if a catcher is processing, okay, I have time. 1 second, 2 seconds.
Oh, I don't think
challenge.
I don't think they're thinking about the time. I mean, the worst that happens if a catcher, if anybody challenges and you're too late, you just don't get the challenge. I think that one was a risk reward for Caratini. He probably wasn't as certain about that one as he was the first 2, and he didn't want to risk it in the first inning.
Payoff on the way, and that is strike 3. No, it's called a ball, and Caratini, yeah, he challenged right away. Jen Powell did not see him, and this is going to be a strikeout. So Caratini is going to start his day 3 for 3, and for the second time, ABS works well for Caratini and the Twins, and a good start for Taj Bradley. 3 up, 3 down, striking out 2. Great start for Taj Bradley, striking out 2. Derek Shelton and the Twins seeking their 2nd series win over a National League team this season. The lone series win over a National League squad, Miami, last month. And the Menards Twins batting order today. Trevor Larnach once again batting leadoff against a righty with Buxton in center, Clemens in right, Lewis, Bell, Caratini, Lee, Gray, and Keyshaw. A big 2-run homer yesterday. That rounds out the 9 for the Twins. And Michael McGreevy doesn't throw hard perk. ERA, though, is under 3.
St. Louis Cardinals have a type that they like. And it's pitch contact, low strikeout, low walk rate, ground ball guy. McGreevy just under 50% ground balls. They're going to let the defense do the work behind him. Good command, massive arsenal of pitches.
And he throws every pitch enough that you just can't eliminate one if you're a hitter.
6 of his 7 pitches he throws at least 11% of the time. A pretty good spread, and one of the most difficult things for a hitter is
slice to left. Nootbaar over and with a play near the line for out number 1.
One of the most difficult things for hitters if you can't eliminate pitches. And that was the thing that Joe Mauer always talked about. Can I eliminate a pitch, something that he doesn't throw for a strike? I'm not even going to factor it in to what I'm looking for, and that's not the case with McGreevy, and so that can be very difficult for a hitter. The ball moving in different directions and having to respect velocities and movement paths can be extremely difficult, and that's where his success lies.
And Buxton with a laser pulled to left down the line, and that's a fair ball. One hopping off the wall. Nootbaar into second base. Forget it. Best show in town. One of the best going in the game. Byron Buxton is on a mission right now. It's a 1-out double. He stays hot. Twins in business against McGreevy right away today.
Well, Buck loves himself a middle sinker. And he's locked in, man.
Yeah, it's really a significant day and date for Byron Buxton. More on that coming up later on with today's Twins Insider. So 1-out double, and now Cody Clemens. 2 hits in the series, including a home run. He's knocked in 4 runs. And a changeup from McGreevy, taken for ball 1. Called the strike, and one that Clemens could have challenged, did not. Clemens with 10 home runs. Up and inside ball 2. Now a year ago, getting back to McGreevy here, Perk, lefties hit him hard. 318 batting average, OPS over 900, but he has been much better and a different mix, if you will, against lefties this year.
Yeah, and the changeup's been a big pitch for him. He altered the movement on it. He's got a lot more depth, and I think that's probably because of the lack of success against lefties. He needed something to try to neutralize lefty bats.
Foul back.
Got a little bit more depth, a little less arm side run with the changeup. Also throwing it a little bit slower, so there's a little bit more separation between the fastball and the changeup. And then this year, a pitch that he throws the second most was a pitch that he threw 5th most last year.
So 2-2 on Cody Clemens. Some more numbers on McGreevy. 90 miles an hour, the sinker velocity, slowest in all of Major League Baseball. Lower than 92 with his average 4-seam fastball, 3rd slowest in the game.
In and out, back and forth.
To the right side and picked by Brian Torres. And Buxton moves to 3rd, 2 down. And here comes Royce Lewis, playing as confidently as he has all season long, and for good reason, because Royce is hot during the 6-game hitting streak. Average power, 3 home runs, 21 total bases.
We make a lot about the swing adjustments that he went through down in AAA, but as much as anything is he's just believing in himself in the batter's box right now.
He's not chasing as much. And again, it goes back to that great line from Roy Smalley, that the sign of a hot hitter, not just the pitches you're offering at, but the pitches you do not chase, you do not even think about. You're seeing the ball so well. 2-0.
It's one of the phrases that you hear is letting the game come to you. And I think that's what Royce is doing a good job of right now. He's letting the pitch come to him. He's not trying to go out and get it. He's got good balance in the batter's box. He's letting it come to him. I talked to him the other day about 2 hits he had, including the home run in game 1, covering the inside of the plate. And he says, I want the ball inside right now. Try to beat me inside. And if he's letting the ball come to him and on the inside corner, and he's okay that he's going to be able to get to that spot, he's not going to chase down and away on a breaking ball.
Nothing really close here. 3 balls and no strikes. And yes, the light is green. Josh Bell on deck if Lewis extends the inning. And a strike at the bottom part of the zone, and Royce will stay put. It was a strike. 3-1. Now McGreevy doesn't walk many guys, only 17 walks all year in nearly 73 innings thrown, and now 3-2. Buxton now at 3rd base after 1-out double. Payoff upcoming to Lewis here in the 1st. And that's outside, ball 4. So Lewis draws the walk, and the Twins have 2 on for Josh Bell. So Royce is on yet again, and now Josh Bell. 1 for 5, a double. He's knocked in 2 in this series. Good take. No swing, ball 1. Want to see Royce run here? I can't see them throwing through with Buxton at third base.
He could. I'm with you there.
Herrera doesn't throw as well as the other two catchers. He's a guy that the Twins can be a bit more aggressive with, as opposed to Crooks and Pages, who we saw the last couple of days. Also, Herrera behind the plate. He's been behind the plate for 10 wild pitches this season. Royce does take off, and a pump fake and no throw.
Royce tried to bait him into a throw. A little bit of a delayed steal by Royce, and then right there. And I don't know if that was Royce trying to bait him in, or if Royce thought he threw that ball.
Now 3-0. So McGreevy's been behind back-to-back hitters 3-0. Came back to run it full to Lewis before walking him. And now Bell with a chance here. Caratini on deck. If Bell reaches, he does swing 3-0, and it's a foul ball. Have you noticed, just being a former pitcher now doing this for as long as you have, that the idea 20 years ago, 30 years ago, what a hitter saw 3-0, you might see 3-1, that is not the case anymore. Agreed?
Yes.
To the right side, backhand pick made by Torres, and he throws out Bell to end the inning. Just a few feet shy of driving in two, but Torres makes the play, and the Twins leave two in scoring position.
It's been a bit of a tough stretch for Taj Bradley, and after his last outing, he said, he really didn't have any answers as to why, but he also didn't make any excuses, and that accountability is one of the things Derek Shelton really loves about Taj. He said, Taj just wants to go out there and pitch. He doesn't overthink things. He doesn't make excuses. But he also mentioned his energy and saying that he's a fun-loving kid, but the last few outings probably beat him up a bit. He said gaining the confidence we saw earlier in the year is going to be key. Getting that smile back on his face and having fun out there is key, because that's who Taj Bradley is. And guys, so far so good. He should feel pretty confident. That was his first 1-2-3 inning since his return in Boston a few weeks ago.
That's a great point, Audra, and for Taj too, just getting out of the first inning. It seems like a big step, because if you isolate Taj's numbers this season, Perk, the first inning, that has been by far the most problematic inning in terms of walks, runs. Getting through that first in a very efficient way, striking out two, is certainly a good sign. Walker flies out, and Nootbaar wafts one out to Larnach, and quickly 2 down.
Well, and something that Derek Shelton talked about this morning down in his office was how young he is and how little experience he has at this level. You forget he's been around a while in the major leagues, but he's still a young guy, still gaining experience. And one of the biggest hurdles for any young pitcher is the first inning. It's being able to control the adrenaline and being in the right headspace when you take the mound in the first. It was the biggest hurdle for me. It's the biggest hurdle for most young pitchers in the game.
Rookie Blaze Jordan, whom we saw at third base the first 2 games, at first base today. Taj, over his career, if you go month by month ERA, March and April ERA mid-3s. In the month of May, 3.78. This is over his career. June, the highest of any month, it's over 5. Then it comes back down to 4 in July.
Little June gloom. Catches a second wind come July.
Spike to splitter 1 and 2 on Jordan. Taj facing the Cardinals for just the second time in his career. Last saw them in 2024. And misses away 2 and 2. Blaze Jordan, 3rd round pick by the Red Sox in 2020, traded to the Cardinals, and the deal that sent Steven Matz to Boston last year. To short, and a clean pick by Tristan Gray, and Taj Bradley is perfect through 2, And a good start for Bradley here on this beautiful Sunday at Target Field. Victor Caratini swinging a hot bat here in the month of June. Leads off the second next. Welcome back to Target Field. Beautiful image from our Delta drone camera above the Budweiser roof deck in left field. And this gorgeous ballpark wrapping up this series today. Victor Caratini leading off the home second behind the plate here today. And you see his overall numbers, but all those numbers are climbing, Perk, since the calendar flipped to June 1.
Well, and the more work that he's gotten, the better he's done. And with Ryan Jeffers going down, it's become his job to be the most used catcher. And he's answered that bell. I think coming into the season, it was going to be more first base, catcher.
Sinking line drive, nice pick by Torres.
And with the more that time he's gotten behind the plate, the better he's looked at the plate.
One down, and now Brooks Lee. Who has some history against McGreevy.
He don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, not really. Going back to their college days. You know, Lee at Cal Poly, McGreevy at UC Santa Barbara. And Chris asked, you know, Brooks coming off the field, some early work today. He said, did you face McGreevy? He said, one time. And yeah, how'd it go? 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. I don't want to talk about it.
Yep. That's why he swung first pitch there.
Flies out to Nootbaar. And they're at 2 down. Tristan Gray at shortstop once again today, 2 for 5, an RBI to walk. He was part of the 9th inning surge yesterday, and as the Twins made it interesting against the closer Riley O'Brien. 3 straight walks to Lee, Larnach, and Gray. The Twins had a chance, eventually losing 9-6. Cardinals have been playing well. They've had a great season. 38-30, second place right now in the National League Central behind Milwaukee. Winners of 7 of their last 9, outscoring the opposition by 27 runs. Challenge there from Herrera.
Good defense doesn't slump. Pitchers get hot and cold. Hitters get hot and cold offenses.
I've heard Danny Gladden say that for years, that, you know, pitchers, hitters, they're going to have their ups and downs,
Yep.
but team-wide, what should never slump, defense and hustle.
Yep.
Those are 2 pillars that guy really believes in. I think he's right.
Effort just takes no skill. Just go out there and try hard. But defense, it's the most consistent aspect of the game.
Still 2-2 on Gray. Let's take a look at our Jeep standings. Here today, we focus into the National League Central. Milwaukee, the 4-game lead. Cubs, Pirates, Reds. Only Cincinnati under 500 in the National League Central. That guy's been a part of the success this season that Jordan Walker has had. The National League head-to-head, they have really performed well against the American League. Head-to-head so far this season. Gray to left, Nootbaar over, and Nootbaar at the sidewall. Oh, did he hang on to it? No. Well, he did, but it was out of play. So Nootbaar had his glove over that padding, and there's a Cardinal fan there.
Was that a Cardinal fan that took it out of his glove?
Yeah. That was a Cardinal fan sitting right there. And Nootbaar had it and came out. And, oh, he tried to put it back in the glove. Oh, that's a great move. He tried to put it right back in the glove. Wow. I mean, I love the idea that he looked up in the sky like, hey, No harm, no foul.
Yeah, wasn't me.
And Gray strikes out on a changeup for a strikeout for McGreevy. Well, over the years, we've wondered what happened to Steve Bartman. Well, not exactly, but good effort anyway. His phone is blowing up, understandably so. High hop, and Lewis will take it to the bag. One pitch, and Brian Torres is retired. So a quick out. Yeah, wondering at the top of the telecast, Perk, we mentioned about the Cardinals with a B as aggressive as they were against Connor Prelup yesterday, swinging early. They have been doing that so far against Taj.
Yeah, my hunch was no, that they would probably try to see some pitches from Taj, but 2 first pitch outs, a second pitch out, a 3-pitch out, so they've been aggressive early in counts.
Jose Fermin, strike 1, riding a 7-game hitting streak. There's Prelup yesterday, worked 6 innings, gave up 4 runs early, nothing after that. To shallow right, and Cody Clemens for out number 2. Taj Ware's number 26. He's thrown 26 pitches so far through 2 2/3. And now rookie center fielder Nathan Church. Now, last couple weeks, I was looking ahead to this series and thinking about St. Louis coming to town, and I was excited to see Victor Scott II, play center field, as he is a very, very good defensive player. He made a Spider-Man-esque catch here at this ballpark 2 years ago, but really struggled at the plate, so he was sent out. It's opened up regular playing time for the rookie Church in center. 0-2. And Church yesterday, Byron's home run, traveled just near that 411 side left of dead center out of the berm. And Church went back trying to catch it. And Church is robbed. He's taken 3 homers away alone this season. And there's the first base hit today for St. Louis. That's a 2-out single for Church.
This has been the one thing, Taj, this year, ahead in the count, missing over the plate, and that's the time where he needs to expand and make the hitters adjust to him. An 0-2 split that ended up basically middle.
Weatherholt struck out looking to begin the game. Over his last 10 games, the rookie from Mars, Pennsylvania, is batting over .350. Cracks it right side, and Luke Keyshaw throws him out, and Bradley is through 3 scoreless. The Cardinals get a hit, leave 1. Twins are coming up bottom 3rd here in a moment. Let's take a trip down memory lane. We do so right now with today's Twins insider. 11 years ago today, Byron Buxton made his major league debut. Let's hear from Buck and take a look back at the beginning of his amazing Twins career.
Well, Byron, first of all, congratulations. What a big day for you. How would you describe what you're feeling sitting in this dugout knowing your major league debut is just a few minutes away?
Just anxious. I'm really just ready to get out there and play ball. Like I said earlier, I think the more I sit around, the more nervous and jittery I get.
I know that you want to just take care of business and stay in the moment, but have you taken any time yet, or will you take any time to really just appreciate the moment and what this means?
I think after everything settled down and after the game, I'll settle down a little bit and take this moment in.
How have your new teammates, the Twins players up here, welcomed you in just the few hours that you've been at the park?
Great. I mean, know everybody here, and just glad I'm up here with these guys, and hopefully come up here and try to help us win games.
Has Paul Mulder said anything to you, given you any advice?
Just come out here and have fun and relax. He said it's enough pressure on me as it is, and no need to add more pressure.
Easier said than done, though, right? Are there going to be a little nerve stepping into the batter's box for the first time?
Probably the first pitch, but after the first pitch, I'll be locked in.
All right. Well, your family, you said your parents were not able to make it here today, but did your dad call you this morning and offer any words of advice or anything?
He did. He just said, go out here and have fun and do my best. Try not to do something I'm not capable of doing and relax.
11 years ago today in Arlington, he made his debut. And what a career it has been and continues to grow. And with that, we welcome you back inside the booth. What do you recall 11 years ago today in Arlington?
Young Buck. My favorite thing about Young Buck is how he ran. And he was so fast, but it was flailing everywhere. He was like a baby deer. And you watch him now, and he's streamlined, and he's got the lean. But you could see the athleticism. I remember more so than his debut. I remember when he came here for his workout after he got drafted and signed. He came here and he took BP. He was out throwing in the outfield, and I remember the arm and how easy he could make the throws. And even then, when he was skinny, he's way stronger now. The sound off his bat and the pop that his bat had, even back then as an 18-year-old kid, you knew he was going to be special.
1-2. For more on Byron and going down memory lane, let's bring back in Audra Martin.
Yeah, guys, I thought it was really cool hearing Derek Shelton kind of reflect on their relationship. He looked back on their time together when Shelty was here as a bench coach, and he said back then, Buck was still a young kid, still kind of growing into himself and growing into being a big league player. But now it's Buck's team. It is his room. But he also said, seeing him grow into the man he is, the father and the husband he is, that is what is really gratifying. Getting to manage somebody like that is special, but the production, that's icing on the cake.
As Keyshaw flies out to deep center, play made by Church. One away. Audra, the comparison that I've made, and Perk was talking about the way that Byron looked while he was running. You're a Friends fan, as am I. Did it not remind you of Phoebe, right? I mean, the way that Phoebe, Lisa Kudrow's character, ran in Friends?
I am laughing hysterically because I had the exact same thought watching that video. I was like, that's kind of Phoebe-ish.
Right.
Which I respect. I love it.
Yeah. So Byron on deck. Right now it's Trevor Larnach. So Byron debuted against the Rangers. Then he picked up his first hit in St. Louis. And his first big league hit was a triple. To the left side and past the diving Fermin. And Larnach with a 1-out single. And here comes Byron Buxton. So when I see that image of Buck, by the way, in Arlington, here's what I think of. By the way, this is what he looked like when he showed up. And if you've seen the movie Demolition Man, there's Wesley Snipes' character, Simon Phoenix. I mean, come on. I mean, that's when I first saw him. I said, oh, maybe he's a Wesley Snipes fan. And that was the look that Byron had on this day 11 years ago in Arlington. He has been demolishing the baseball for a while now. A double to left in the first. 6 for 8 in this series. 2 homers, 3 doubles. And we talked about this, home runs by zone. Perk, when he gets his arms extended, look out.
And that's what he likes. He likes to be able to get his arms out there. And we saw him the other night. It was a sweeper on the outside corner, and he got extended and hit an absolute laser dead central. Every once in a while he'll drop the head. A couple of them down below the strike zone, those sinkers, maybe a breaking ball that just doesn't quite get down enough. But yeah, for him it's getting his arms extended. Center field, left center field. On those balls, outer half.
On pace for a 49 home run season. That is the Twins single season record held by number 3. Harmony Killebrew had 2 49 home run seasons. 1964, 1969. ahead of McGreevy 3-1 as he checks on Larnach. Just 3 Twins have ever reached the 40 homer mark. Harmon did so 7 times. Brian Dozier and Nelson Cruz. Let's see, Byron talking to himself. We could hear that right there. He said too quick. Kind of in the moment pep talk about his process, and we just had a live look at that a moment ago. Well, maybe talking about the pitcher, you know, thinking about it, maybe he was saying to Jen Powell that he needed to stop. He was too quick. It could have been about talking about McGreevy.
It could have been that one. It could have been a reminder to himself. I think he probably on that sinker on the inner half, down and in like that, he wants to stay inside that baseball. And so he could have been talking to himself about being too quick to that ball, which is why he chopped it off himself.
Nice catch here a moment ago. Well, that's a sweet play. One hand, no problem. Struck him out as Byron chased the sweeper down and away. So McGreevy picks up his 2nd strikeout. Larnach still at first, and now it's up to Cody Clemens.
Just enough velocity on the inner half to speed Byron up. He's not able to hold up on a breaking ball well out of the zone.
Line to left center field, a base hit for Clemens. Nootbaar cuts it off, but Larnach will round second, head to third. And the Twins have runners at the corners and a chance for Royce Lewis here in the third.
I heard McGreevy yell at himself when that pitch was on the way in. Knew he left that one up. This is good base running by Larnach too. With this play right in front of him, he sees how far Nootbaar's got to go to get that ball. An aggressive turn and take an extra 90 feet.
And now Royce walking a stolen base back in the first. Challenge here from Herrera. And he'll be right.
The catcher is challenging to call a ball.
Herrera's 16 wins before this one.
Calls a strike. St. Louis has 2 challenges remaining.
Cody's been running a little bit, so again that situation presents itself, but you want to take the bat out of Royce's hands here.
This is the same situation in the first inning, correct?
Yep.
Bell at the plate, yeah.
Now different speed at third base. No Buxton compared to Larnach.
If they steal here, yeah, it's probably as much running on Herrera as it is trying to get into a situation where Royce could get home, or Larnach could get home, sorry.
Royce takes time. See the lead from Clemens at first base. Larnach at third. 2 down. Got it inside, ball 2. Royce to right and playable for Walker. In the sunshine, a step or two out of the warning track, and makes the play. The Twins lead 2 more. Welcome back. And Walker Jenkins working his way back from a shoulder injury. 4 hits, a solo home run. He's been out since May 5th. And a good sign to see the Twins' top prospect working his way back here in June. As began the season healthy. Hopefully Jenkins continues that run. And hopefully his return to St. Paul is going to start next week when the Saints are back home. And Walker Jenkins, part of our Postman Law injury update. And we'll get to some other guys here right now as we take a look at Mick Abel. Rehab start set for Tuesday in St. Paul to be his second, which is a good sign for Abel. Kendry Rojas through a live BP Saturday in Fort Myers. He is trending towards rejoining the Saints as well. Allen Roden will play all 9 today in Fort Myers as Herrera sends it to left, spinning Larnach around. He'll find the ball, and there is out number 1. And so Roden all 9 today with Fort Myers. And if that goes well, he'll head back north and also rejoin the Saints next week. And as for Kalen Culpepper, that was news last night. He left the game with the Saints last night. And GM Jeremy Zoll confirming this morning that it's a glute injury, some tightness, and he'll get looked at by the team docs. Meanwhile, Burleson, he has been on a tear. Finds the plaza in right field. Homers for the second time in this series, now 13 this season. And the Cardinals have a 1-0 lead.
I'm guessing he doesn't hit many cheap home runs. Night 1, we saw him go halfway up the high bleachers in right field. And a middle breaking ball destroyed.
Easily clearing the seats and found the gate 34 experience in right field, and the Cardinals go deep again in this series. They've been hitting a ton of home runs here in the month of June, and St. Louis has a 1-0 lead. Speaking of home runs, Jordan Walker, he went deep yesterday, his 18th, and it was one of the longer home runs we've seen this season and one of the longer home runs we've ever seen at Target Field. Crushing one off the facing of the third deck in left here yesterday. He's it safely in 10 straight. Bradley ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. And check swing, no swing. Says Jeremy Rehak at first base. Walker 6'6", 250 has really turned his career around. His strikeout rate down, more damage, has a strong arm in right. And that time he could not hold back. Not much conviction with that swing, and a great pitch from Bradley. Fastball 98 kept it away for out number 2.
I think Walker thought that was going to be another breaking ball, and by the time he realized it was a fastball, it was too late. Beautiful pitch.
Third strikeout for Bradley, 2 down for Lars Nootbaar. Now Nootbaar still working into his season as he was recovering from November surgery on both of his heels. And Nootbaar has played in fewer than 10 games with St. Louis so far this season. Stays alive 0-2.
Left to split up, spike the breaking ball. This is one of those times that I was talking about in the first inning for Taj. If he can get a bottom rail four-seam fastball.
Good idea, Perk. 97, but down.
And there's just no way that a hitter can make a swing decision with the velocity that Taj has and the way the ball comes out of his hand. It's going to look down. But in at bats like this, you may have only one shot at it, and you've got to make it count. He missed down, and then he's got to go back to work.
Again, the 2-2 from Bradley. Jordan on deck if Nootbaar extends the inning. He won't. Cutter down to the zone, and Bradley strikes him out. So Bradley has struck out 4 through 4, but the Cardinals take the first lead today. Alec Burleson homers for the second time in this series. 1-0 St. Louis.
Next up.
Twins down 1 as they bat in the home half of the 4th inning. Bell, Caratini, and Lee against righty Michael McGreevy, a former first-round pick by St. Louis, seeing the Twins for the first time in his career today. Twins have had some traffic against McGreevy twice. First and third, 2 outs, unable to come through at this point. High strike and a challenge here for Bell, and he will be right.
The batter is challenging. We call a strike. Pitches the ball. Minnesota has 2 challenges remaining.
Twins have 2 left and a 2-ball no strike count on the switch hitting DH Josh Bell. Like that swing from Josh, the way he's going here. OPS numbers climbing here in June. Good pass at a 2-0 fastball.
He's always working to keep his swing short. He was right on it, just a little underneath.
Line to right center field, and Bell for the leadoff single. And the Twins have the leadoff man on for the first time today, so Bell is aboard. Caratini coming up, and for more on Caratini, let's check in with Audra.
Big uptick. Excuse me. You guys couldn't hear me there for a second. My mic had turned off. But you guys had mentioned the uptick in production from Victor Caratini, and it's been substantial this month, hitting .333 with a .956 OPS compared to 188 and a .538 OPS through the end of May. And Derek Shelton told me the other day he thinks
Caratini is going to update those numbers right now, Audra, because the Twins have the lead. A go-ahead 2-run homer from Victor is 4th. And one swing of the bat, the Twins lead 2-1.
It's like every time Audra comes on, somebody hits a home run.
It is Audra home run coming Martin.
You know, I'll take that. I'm just going to start going blah, 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 blah.
But go ahead, Audra, because let's
home run, yada, 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 yada. There I go.
Yeah, but go ahead, because this is exactly what you were talking about, Shelty and Victor, where he's at right now with his game.
Yeah, exactly. Shelty told me he thinks that earlier in the season, Victor maybe was just trying to do a little too much, forcing things that weren't there, but now he is just taking what the game is giving him. And so I asked Victor if that was accurate, and he smiled and said, yep, that is true. You know, sometimes you have to remember that this is a game, and you can't control everything, and if you try to, well, you're only going to put extra pressure on yourself. He said right now, it's whatever happens in the game, happens in the game. And what do you know? That happened to be a home run.
And it was his 4th of the season as Lee grounds out. The Twins, those 2 free agent pickups, Bell and Caratini, numbers are improving for both guys here this month. And with those swings, Twins have their first lead today. Tristan Gray with the bases empty, down a strike. Twins head to Arlington. We'll meet the Rangers. 3-game series beginning tomorrow night. It'll be a late night for Texas. They're playing the Sunday night game this evening. And they'll be in Boston. So a late night early arrival for the Rangers in lieu of that 3-game series beginning at Globe Life, either Field or Park. I forgot what the new one is tomorrow.
Go with Park.
Okay.
That probably means it's Field.
1-2 on Gray. St. Louis, meanwhile, heading home. They will take on the Padres in St. Louis tomorrow night. To left center and Nootbaar. 2 down. And now Keyshaw. Keyshaw came up with a huge swing in the 5th inning yesterday, tied the game at 4. His second home run this season, and he had been in a home run drought before that home run swing yesterday's only home run. Came back at April 6th. To right center field. Over is Walker, and he'll slide and nearly overran that ball. But Walker makes a sliding catch, and that ends the inning. But the Cardinals' lead is no more. Victor Caratini with Josh Bell on base, pulling a long home run to right. And at the end of 4, Twins lead 2-1 in the rubber game of this series. Two-run homer from Victor Caratini. Twins have the lead as we start the 5th inning, and Blaze Jordan bounced out to short in the 2nd, begins the 5th. Well, we heard about Jordan's bat entering this series, and it's lived up to the hype after putting up huge numbers in the minor leagues in lieu of his promotion and debut on Friday. He has swung the bat well to begin his big league career, but for the 2nd time he'll find Gray at short. And 1 down here in the St. Louis 5th. Hey, your ticket to summer waits with 4 Twins tickets for only $40. Grab your friends and head to Target Field to catch Buck and the boys right here to enjoy baseball and our beautiful summers. Soak up the sun with a 4-pack of tickets for only $40 at twins.com/ticket to summer. Here's Brian Torres. So 1 pitch in the 3rd and grounded out to Cody Clemens. Good story in Torres' long, lengthy minor league career. He was in the Cubs system. I'm sorry, he was in the Milwaukee system. He was in the Giants system. And finally got a chance with the Cardinals here this season after signing a minor league deal. He's from Puerto Rico. He signed with the Cardinals in September 23. And then finally got his chance after more than 500 games in the minor leagues to make his big league debut, and did that back on May 23rd. In a game in Cincinnati, went 2 for 4 with a home run.
You got a jersey and a roster spot, you got a chance.
Here's Royce, clean pick, and he shovels it to Bradley. Royce hasn't had too much action in terms of ground balls, and studying all the plays defensively, made that one look clean there.
He's made 2 really nice throws in this series where I believe they were both yesterday. He had one where he cut off the lead runner at second base, and then he had to throw across the infield to get a runner at third. That was with Travis Adams on the mound yesterday. Just being aggressive to the ball. Go field the baseball. Taj was there to cover that time, but I think that's probably the first thing that you tell him is if you have doubt whether or not you should go get the ball, just go get the ball.
Now 8 starts at this spot as that foul ball finds the Twins dugout, and third base coach Ramon Borrego, infield coach as well. Tap dance out of the way there. Luis Ramirez at the rails like no big deal. Let's go. 1-1 and Jose Fermin. But if here's this foul ball here. Watch the tunnel. Watch Borrego. Oh, the ricochet.
Louis looking at them like, what's the problem, guys?
Swing and a foul tip hung on to by Caratini, and Bradley has it going today. A 1-2-3 fifth, striking out his 5th Cardinal this afternoon.
And
Minnesota Twins baseball is presented by Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram. Back with Glenn Perkins, Audra Martin, Corey Provis from the Dick Bramer television booth here at beautiful Target Field. Producer Mike Mee, directed by Jordan Austin, and our award-winning, tremendous Twins TV team. We thank you for letting us be part of your Sunday plans, wherever you may be throughout Twins territory. Beautiful day. Twins lead by 1 as Larnach begins the home 5th. Larnach, Buxton, and Clemens. To the right side, and Torres throws out Larnach. So 1 away. Buxton coming up. Audra?
Should we test the theory again? We're
Sure.
going to give it a shot. All right. Earlier today, guys, Derek Shelton was asked if there was anything that he has seen in Buxton's swing that explains this kind of next level production that we have seen lately. And Shelty said, I don't know, but I do know that his home run the other night to center field was maybe the best swing I've ever seen him take. And I told him that. Well, that made me think about a conversation that I had with Buxton a few weeks ago when he had 5 homers in 6 games. And Buck told me that in stretches like that, he actually feels like he's not even really swinging the bat. He actually goes into the cage and works on his 70%, 80% swing and still trying to get production.
There's a missile at 108 off the bat. And he has his 2nd hit today. And let's see if he's looking to run here with a 1-run lead. Go ahead, Audra.
Yeah, you told me that he took him a couple years to realize that he doesn't have to swing 100% of the time to make good contact and have big home runs. He told me some of his best and biggest home runs this year have come on that 70, 80% swing. It took a while for him to learn that, but he said the last couple years he's locked into it and it's made a difference.
Audra, thank you. Buxton 6 for 6. Trying to swipe a bag this season. Herrera again doesn't throw well. He stays as Clemens is down a strike.
I talk about feel versus real of kind of what you're thinking you're doing and then what you're actually doing is a big thing, whether that's at the plate or on a pitcher's mound. And Buck, last week when he let off the game in Detroit, hit that home run off of Melton. It was like a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He swung 86.7. I think you guys talked about this on the TV broadcast. And the next day, when I saw that swing and how fast it was, I went to him the next day and told him about that. And he said he didn't feel anything. He didn't feel like he did anything different. He wanted to look back at that swing, and he told me that was something that I'm going to chase. But he echoed exactly what Audra just said, even though that was the 2nd hardest swing of his entire career. But he did not feel, did not believe that he swung that hard. And so in his mind, he's swinging free and easy, telling himself swing at 70%, 80%. And he ends up swinging 13 miles an hour harder than he averages.
Now he has his daily process. He does not hit on the field. He's been doing that now for, gosh, a few seasons now, 3, 4, 5 years that he does all of his work underneath. And it's a daily routine, and it works so well for him. As Clemens stays alive, fights off the curveball. We're thinking back to his debut 11 years ago today, that roster move, that decision to add him, and it was still up in the air at the time because Aaron Hicks was healthy. He was on the roster. Hicks was dealing with an injured wrist, and he was testing it out in the batting cages with Tom Bernansky. And like, is this going to happen? Is it or is it not? And finally a no-go, and they activated Buck. Left side, second, and on to first, and the Cardinals quickly turn two. That's a 5-6-3 double play turned by St. Louis. McGreevy, a ground ball pitcher, reduces a ground ball there. Trip coming up for the boys, but then they're back here late June. Dodgers and the Rockies, and following the Friday game against Colorado, it should be awesome. Ludacris will be here at Target Field, the post-game show. And VIP field passes are still available. Twins.com/Ludacris coming up on Friday night, June 26th. After the Twins play the Rockies, it is going to be awesome. Really fired up for that show here on the next homestand. 2-1 Twins as we start the sixth, and Nathan Church leads off for St. Louis, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Church. Cardinals have 2 hits, 1 run. Burleson's homer, and the guy at the plate singled to center back of the third. But Perk, what are you seeing from Taj? 5+ innings in today.
He's attacking the strike zone, and I said the key to his game today was get ahead and stay ahead. He's 13 for 18 with first pitch strikes. 7 of those counts have been 0-2 or 1-2. And he's been in the strike zone with his four-seam fastball, which I think dictates everything else. The other note that I had made was his cutter. He hadn't been in the strike zone enough with the cutter. That's the pitch he uses when he falls behind. That's the pitches he used second most to that four-seam fastball. It's got just enough of a wrinkle to get off. So he's been in the strike zone better with that today as well.
His pitch count right now is in tremendous shape. He's at 62. He's been throwing around 70% strikes throughout his outing today. Full count to Church, and lost him there. So ahead, but fell behind, and the leadoff man is on for the first time today, and Church will run a bit, 4 stolen bases. And the first walk for Bradley today. Now J.J. Weatherholt. His first start at short of his young, talented big league career. He's been the second baseman for St. Louis, and as we talked about on Friday, the Cardinals really opened up the path for Weatherholt to make the team to start the year. Trading a couple of veteran infielders, Nolan Arenado to Arizona, Brandon Donovan to Seattle. And no swing, 2-0.
We've seen this from Taj in most of his starts, where if he's cruising along, hits a little bit of a stumbling block, a walk, he'll lose the strike zone. It's a matter of him finding his it's the visual of where he needs to start his pitches, his aim point. It's not the catcher's glove. It's not where Victor Caratini is set up. He'll have a sight point where he wants to start a pitch. Fastball, cutter, curveball, split. And sometimes he'll lose that, and that's where we'll see him get erratic, and he's got to be able to find it before it takes a mound visit from Pete Mackey. And when Pete Mackey goes out there to talk to Taj, it's usually the message is figure out your sight points, find out where they are, get back to that. He's got so much movement on his pitches. Just needs a reminder, and he's got to be able to remind himself before it gets too late.
3-1 pitch, and Weatherholt launches to right to the dock and gone. And the Cardinals regain the lead, 3-2. And Weatherholt homers for the first time in this series, but Taj fell behind, and Weatherholt made him pay. 3-2 Cardinals. His 10th home run.
He fell behind. He had to come back in with a fastball, and Weatherholt was ready. He put it in a good spot. That's a guy that's pretty confident that a fastball is coming in a fastball count. Taj is so much more difficult to hit when he's ahead in the count. Take a look at when the hitters are behind. A 212x batting average, a 316x slug. That's not a major league player. Ahead in the count, when the hitters are ahead, much better, a 460 expected slugging percentage. They can cheat to the fastball when they're ahead in the count.
It's the quality of contact, the expected numbers that Perk is talking about that hitters make. And we saw it play out that exact way. Weatherhood ahead and did not miss his pitch, and the Twins are now down 1. Sharply to short, a bobble from Gray, can't find it, and Herrera's safe. Hit hard but right at Gray, likely to error on Tristan Gray.
Plenty of time for Tristan Gray to get into position and make that play, and it hopped up on him right off the heel of the glove.
It is ruled an error on Gray, so Herrera is on, and now Burleson. Bradley did not like that one from the start. Ball 1. StatCast 3D is powered by Google Cloud as Caratini visits with Taj. Let's go back and look at Burleson and his no-doubter back in the 4th inning.
Yeah, I mentioned it right after he hit it. It doesn't seem like he gets many cheap home runs. Breaking ball, he caught it out front of home plate. 110 off the bat. Way high in the air. No doubter.
Still nobody out. 2 in, 1 out. When you lost your mechanics, what got you back to where you wanted to be?
You have to have a pitch that you can get back to into the strike zone with. And it's usually for Taj, the cutter. If I felt like I was overthrowing my fastball, that's usually the pitch that I would lose command of. I'd miss arm side high, and then I'd yank one glove side low. It was usually throw an easy slider into the strike zone. I think for Taj, it's find that cutter, find that release point. That's a pitch that he needs to get on top of, have good hand position to execute properly. So you just have to find a pitch. That's what the pitching coach would come out and say. They would say, what pitch do you think you can land in the strike zone here? And then that's what you'd go with.
2-2. The late great Hall of Famer Jim Catfish Hunter, he would say he would almost throw like a BP fastball, just something to get that feel back to be in the zone.
And sometimes you just need to see the ball leave your hand in cross home plate. The more often than not, it's if you miss your location a couple of times, then you feel like you need to make a pitch better. So I'm going to throw the fastball with everything I've got. You overthrow it. And so, yeah, throw a BP fastball, that's trying easier. For me, it was something I needed to get back on top of the baseball.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. Caratini, late throw to second base, and Herrera's in with his 2nd stolen base in this series and 4th of the season.
I think Taj just kind of forgot about him over at first base. He's been trying to find the strike zone.
So now Walker, 1 out. Herrera's at 2nd. There's the good cutter there against Walker. 0 for 2 today. Same pitch, almost the same spot. You go with it the 3rd time?
He could go back there. Remember his last at bat He threw him that four-seam fastball just off the plate away and got an ugly swing for a strikeout. Probably worth taking one more shot out there. And now he's seen it 3 times in a row, and this is a part of the game that's changed since I played. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Taj threw that same pitch here again. That thought wouldn't have crossed my mind.
And he did. Why is that more prevalent now?
Because of the way the numbers play out. So they like Taj's cutter versus Jordan Walker. My belief is that he's seen that pitch 3. That was the 4th one. He's going to make the adjustment.
And then strike 3 called. Looked like it clipped the bottom corner of the zone, but Walker will challenge. Did it just get the corner? It did. Perfect pitch from Bradley. And the Cardinals lose a challenge. Look at that.
Try hitting that. Nip the corner 97 miles an hour with carry. Good luck.
So 2 down for Nootbaar. 0 for 2 today. Herrera's at second.
See, in hindsight's 2020, Taj ended up executing that pitch on 2-2 instead of 1-2. That's the pitch that I would have thrown 1-2. And I tended to think a little bit further downstream. If I was going to take a shot to try to hit a corner with a pitch, I wanted to do it when I had another pitch to play with. If you do it on 1-2 and you miss, I think then you can go back to the cutter. If you miss with the cutter on 1-2, then you're going to go to the fastball. If you miss there, you've got a 3-2 count.
Line to center field. Buxton over. Buxton reaching down makes the play. Boy, stayed with that ball the entire time. It was knuckling, slicing, fading. And Byron saves a run right there. But the Cardinals scored 2 runs. The rookie, J.J. Weatherholt, with a 2-run homer. Twins down 1, bottom 6 next.
All audible.
Minnesota Twins baseball is presented by your local Toyota dealers. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Bottom 6, Twins batting down 1. Home runs, the story today. Cardinals have hit 2, Twins have hit 1. Let's see if the Twins could answer back after J.J. Weatherholt put the Cardinals on top a moment ago. Royce Lewis pulled foul. As we start the 6th inning, Royce has walked, stolen a base, and flied out today. He broke his back. And Royce did confirm, chatting with him in the clubhouse before yesterday's game, that he's trying out every bat imaginable. Make, model. He's borrowed some from teammates. He's tried a Buxton model at some point this season. He's tried other players in the game. You know, really trying to see what works, what he likes.
Hasn't that always been his thing?
Well, he always had, yes, he would have in New York. He was telling Trevor Plouffe and I last year that he would have in his bag, he'd have about 7 bats, and he would just literally go by feel. He'd grab one based on how it looked, how it felt, and who was pitching that night.
Even if he hit a home run in one at bat, he would go up next time. Maybe it was a different
maybe
at-bat,
something
different
else.
bat because it felt good in his hands.
0-2, facing McGreevy, and he stays alive. He's even sampled an Aaron Judge model this season. Next pitch for McGreevy will be his 80th thrown today. Through 83 last time out against Cincinnati. To short, and Weatherholt. Low throw and a clean scoop and save by Jordan. Now Weatherholt played short in college in West Virginia. He's been at second base in his big league career. But Blaze Jordan, all we heard about Jordan was his bat is ready, defense not sure. He played a great third Friday and Saturday and makes a nice scoop here.
Really nice play there. He's made every play at third base. Over at first today, that's a nice scoop. Weatherholt is going to be a second baseman long term. He doesn't have the arm to play short. You can see he uncorked that one. And
base hit for Josh Bell, his second today. So Bell was on base when Victor Caratini came up in the fourth inning and put the Twins on top. With a first pitch ready swing, and he hit a Treasure Island home run. Now to right field, supporting the Minnesota Twins Community Fund. Thanks to our friends at Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Home run swing from Caratini, his fourth of the season.
First pitch cutter, pretty looking swing there.
.411 feet. Caratini's fourth. Boy, one-run lead, sixth inning. McGreevy, Perk, he's more in ground ball mode, isn't he right now?
I think he's always in ground ball mode. It's just the way he pitches. It's movement and deception.
Good eye.
But in a situation here, with the speed on the bases or the lack of speed on the bases, and then Caratini doesn't run well at the plate, absolutely trying to get a ground ball. You've got a lot of leeway with a ball on the ground to get a double play here.
That location, thinking about that location, whether it's a changeup or a fastball away, knowing if you're Caratini, what McGreevy is hoping you do, pull the ball on the right side. But any pitch away, with where Fermin is stationed right now, there is ample space per third base line, left field line right now.
I think Vic would be just fine slapping a ball through that left side.
See all that space where Weatherholt, the shortstop, up the middle, and Fermin really closer to second than he is to third.
And what McGreevy is going to try to do is make a pitch that looks like it's a pitch that Caratini can pull that he can't.
It's a good aggressive swing. 3-1 count, now 3-2.
And you watch where McGreevy's pitching, Vic, and you're saying, well, everything he's throwing is away. It's all away. Can't he just slap that to the left side? He wants it to look to Vic like a pitch that he can pull. And then when he goes to pull that pitch, he rolls it over.
Bell at first base, one out. 3-2 pitch upcoming to Caratini, and that is low for ball four. Good eye on a changeup down. And McGreevy, who is walking on average about 2 batters per 9, has walked 2 today. And that moves Bell to second. Caratini is safe. Here comes Brooks Lee. A fly out and a ground out for the switch hitting third baseman.
Yeah, I think the kind of hitter that Brooks is, he's looking something that he can hit into left center field here. He wants to hit a ball over the infield, left center, left field line.
Pulled to first. That's caught by Jordan, and he tags out Caratini trying to get back to the bag. Second good play defensively from the rookie first baseman Blaze Jordan. A sinking line drive, caught, and then got the tag down in Caratini. And no challenge from the Twins. So a couple of base runners. But Jordan making the play. Not once, but twice at second, ending the Twins' sixth. Welcome back. Celebrate Native American Heritage Night at Target Field on Monday, June 22nd. The first 5,000 fans receive a Native American Heritage themed jersey presented by Treasure Island and Prairie Island. Grab your tickets right now. Twins.com/tickets. Dodgers and the Rockies coming up on the next homestand. That begins a week from tomorrow. Rubber game today. Cardinals batting 7th inning, leading 3-2, and Jordan leads off the inning as Bradley misses just low. 1 ball, 1 strike, closing in on 90 pitches. Jordan has bounced out twice, and Taj has had a few more ground balls today than we've seen entering his start today. Really the lowest ground ball rate of his career.
I got 5 ground ball outs.
Left of short, it's Gray.
6.
And Jordan responsible for half of them. That's Syracuse math.
From Twins territory to the world, Delta, official airline of the Minnesota Twins.
What a way for Torres. Like Jordan, he has bounced out twice. Left center, and Buxton, plenty of room. So 2 down for Fermin. He was 0 for 2. Twins coming up in the 7th. We'll have Gray, Keyshaw, and Larnach. Cardinals have been very good in 1-run games this season. 12-8, and there's a 2-out single for Fermin. And the 7th continues now for Nathan Church, the rookie left-handed hitting center fielder. And thinking about the Cardinals and their record, and I think any team's record in 1-run games, a lot goes into it, but defense and how well you pick it and how well you cover often can be the difference in winning or losing by a run.
And one of the biggest factors at the end of the season of whether you're going to make the playoffs or not is how you do in 1-run games.
I agree. It's something I think about every September especially. And there's always going to be an outlier. But you look at September, the teams doing the best in those 1-run games, more times than not, will be your contending teams.
More times than not, the outlier is a team that only wins 80-some games. Well, how did they get into the playoffs? They have a negative run differential. They went 90-72, but they only have a +10 run differential. Well, you look at how they did in 1-run games. It matters, and yeah, it's defense, it's your bullpen.
I would say that's Cleveland, right? Because Cleveland never blows you away with big offensive dominant numbers. They're never a top slugging team, but their defense,
they find a way to win close games late. Both
bullpens are busy. Taj Pitch number 99 coming up to Nathan Church. Fairmead at first has a big lead, and now Caratini calls time.
Like this time out here. It's been a really good afternoon for Taj. This is a big out. He's got an 0-2 count, 2 outs, 9-hitter up, and Church has reached base twice. It's an 0-2 single, and then a walk. And right after that walk was a Weatherholt home run, which is the difference in the game right now. And I think Vic wants to make sure that they're on the same page. They need to get this guy out. You don't want the lineup to turn over. I think Vic wants Taj to finish this inning. This is probably Bradley's last hitter. Get on the same page, find a way to get Church out right here.
7 strikeouts, 1 walk. 0-2 on Church. Fairmead stays, and we'll do it again. And Caratini upset he did not hang on to that foul ball.
Shows how bad he wants it for his pitcher right there. I love that.
Sixth time this season Bradley has reached 100 pitches in a start, but first a check on Fairmead. Now I almost spoke too soon because he picked him off. His start would have ended at 99 pitches. Here comes number 100. Coming back towards us and gonna miss down below.
Another nice one-handed catch.
Everybody making plays today.
Well, he's got a Buxton t-shirt on, that's why.
Again, the 0-2. Slice to left field and down for a base hit. Third time Church has reached today. Fairmead to second. Weatherholt coming up. And likely we'll see Bonda come in to see the rookie. That was down 2. But Church went with it and picks up his second hit. And sure enough, here comes Derek Shelton. Waiting on the move here from the Twins' first-year manager. And there it is. Good showing today from Taj after a couple of rough ones. He pitched well today. We'll see if Bonda can pick up the final out of the 7th here in a moment.
And since
With the Cardinals batting leading by 1, Taj Bradley's day is over. Certainly progress today from the starter today, Bert.
Threw the ball incredibly well. You could see how bad Vic wanted to get him through the 7th inning, but I talked about it before the game. Get ahead, stay ahead. 17 out of 27 first pitch strikes. Step in the right direction there. 0-2, 1-2 counts. He had 10 of those. So when he got ahead, he stayed ahead. Thought he executed his pitches incredibly well this afternoon. The velocity looked great. Secondary stuff velocity up today. So I think as he moves away from that pec injury, look more today like we saw early season Taj.
Gives way to Anthony Bonda. J.J. Weatherholt, the batter. 1 for 3 with a home run. And a first pitch slider for strike 1. Bonda threw in the game on Friday. Was up in the bullpen yesterday, but did not throw in the game. And here it's Fairmead at second, Church at first. 1-1.
I was talking to LaTroy about Anthony the other day, and he said he's one of those old school guys. He comes in every day and he's ready to take the ball. Doesn't matter how many pitches he threw the day before. He'll tell LaTroy he can get a hitter if you need him. Wake up.
Now 2-1. Now Shelty too. We were chatting with him about Bonda and his turnaround after the slow start, the cold weather, April, early May, not to mention the postseason innings he threw with the Dodgers the last 2 years.
Yep.
Good pitch, and 2-2. Weatherholt, low strikeout rate, high walk rate as a rookie. Banda. A glance to second. 2-2. Poked in the air, back of short, and a base hit. And then a bring in Fermin, RBI single. Weatherholt, his third RBI today. The Cardinals lead by a pair. That's impressive hitting right there for one of the best rookies going in the game. And that's 3 straight 2-out hits for this Cardinals offense.
Just kind of stuck his bat out. Dumped that thing into left center, and that's 3 straight singles with 2 outs. 2 outs, nobody on. Some way, somehow, the Cardinals find a way to manufacture a run.
And run charged to Bradley. Taj still responsible for Church at third base, and now Herrera. And that looked like a challenge from Caratini. He will be
Catcher
incorrect.
is challenging the call ball.
And Victor was perfect earlier today. And this will cost the Twins a challenge.
The call is confirmed. Minnesota has 1 challenge remaining.
So each team left with 1. Now the Cardinals entering this series near the bottom in baseball, 26th in baseball batting with runners in scoring position. But they have been excellent all weekend long. And you see Weatherholt adding to those numbers a moment ago. 1 for 3 today and 11 for 24 during this 3-game series. And it looked like a swing, and it was not a swing. Says Jeremy Rehak at a 3-0 count to Herrera. They have a lefty on deck in Burleson, but he's been on a run at the plate. That's a good call there. I was wrong. Jeremy Rehak made the right call. No swing there from Herrera.
That's why they appealed down to first base and not up to the booth.
That's right. One day they might, though. Inside, and a 4-pitch walk. And now we'll see a lefty-lefty matchup. But Burleson, he is hitting everything right now. And the Twins down by 2. Here comes a massive moment in this game.
And you really don't want to load the bases, but I don't mind them being careful with Herrera. And yes, Burleson got a ton of power. He's got a great series. Much better hitter against righties than he is against lefties. So even with the bases loaded, I think they take this matchup versus Herrera once you fall behind.
Burleson hitting under 200 against lefties. Does have 1 home run this season off a lefty. And it leaves Banda no room for error here with the bases full of Cardinals. There are other splits for Burleson. Big swing. And Banda challenged him and beat him with a sinker. To shallow left, and the sunshine Larnach is there, and he's got it to end the inning. But the Cardinals add 1 as Weatherholt comes up with an RBI single off Banda. And St. Louis now leading by 2, 4-2 as we stretch here. Twins coming up with Gray, Keyshaw, and Larnach. We stay for the stretch, but also we stay here on Flag Day for God Bless America.
At this time, we ask that you please rise as we welcome 2026 Twins Audition winner, 15-year-old Liv Wolschlager from Odessa, Minnesota, as she sings God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
4-2 Cardinals as we look at our Toyota game summary. Home runs, the name of the game this afternoon, as it's really been all series long. A couple of big ones for the Cardinals. Alec Burleson with a solo shot, his 13th of the season, coming there in the 4th. Victor Caratini with a 2-run knock. That was his 4th long ball of the season. And then J.J. Weatherholt, also a 2-run shot there in the 6th inning. So we are looking at that 4-2 lead for the visitors, guys.
All right, Audra, thank you. And some changes here for both teams. We start first at the plate. Austin Martin will pinch hit for Tristan Gray, as the Twins have a righty at the plate. Why? Because Derek Shelton has seen the opposing team bring in a lefty. It is JoJo Romero on for the 2nd time in this series. As he starts off, Austin Martin with the knee-high strike, a sinker at 94.
Batter is challenging the call.
Martin challenged, and he will be wrong. The Twins are going to be out.
Call is confirmed. Minnesota has no challenges.
That is not insignificant, down 2 Perk here in the 7th inning.
You could see the frustration on Austin Martin's face when he saw the scoreboard telling him that he was wrong.
Now, lineups, rosters, they evolve throughout the season, and Martin, a guy who played himself into consistent regular playing time. But the way he started the season, that playing time has dwindled, certainly since Royce Lewis came back up from AAA. It's moved Cody Clemens out to right a little bit more, and Royce has been at first base. So with that, Martin not seeing as much playing time as he was earlier in the year. He'll still grab a start, no doubt, against opposing lefties, but his time against righties has been down here.
And I think early in the season, with all the lefties that the Twins are facing, that's the matchup that they like with him, and he did so well they had to give him an opportunity.
And he did not hold back. He did go. Could not hold up on a spike changeup, so he strikes out as a pinch hitter here in the 7th inning.
Just enough.
So 1 away for Keyshaw, who was flied out twice today. Trevor Larnach's spot due up next, but right now Kreidler on the right side would hit for the lefty Larnach. 3-0 on Keyshaw. None have been close here. Romero 2/3 scoreless in the 8th inning yesterday. Did allow a hit. This season, Romero, he's upped his strikeout rate. He's lowered his walk rate. And Keyshaw granted time.
It's another guy that he's league average his strikeout rate, league average his walk rate, but a ton of ground balls. Just under 50%, 75th percentile on ground ball rate.
And that's outside, ball 4. So Keyshaw does his part, finds his way on base. I'm going to bring up the tying run right now in Kreidler as he bats for Larnach. Well, the 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star Ballot is live. Receive 25% off tickets to your next Twins home game simply by voting at least 5 times. And voting is free. Send your favorite Twins like Buxton, Joe Ryan, other guys in consideration of Philadelphia right now at twins.com/vote. That dude right there, no doubt making a great run to not just be an all-star for the 3rd time, but hopefully will start for the American League. Kreidler hitting for Larnach, whose day ends with 3 at-bats and 1 hit. Strike 1. Romero began his career with the Phillies. He's been a Cardinal since 2022. Line to left center field. That's a base hit for Kreidler. Nootbaar cuts it off, but Kershaw will dig for 3rd base, and the Twins have runners at the corners on a pinch hit single from Kreidler.
Kept his head down on that changeup. Stayed on it, ripped it into the gap.
Go-ahead run batting. And Buxton 2 for 3 today, a double and a single. Ball 1. Line to left field, a base hit. Kershaw scores. Kreidler makes 2nd. That was 112 off the bat. 3rd hit today for Byron Buxton. And this is a 1-run game. Everything, Perk, is tattooed.
It's that 70% swing.
Okay.
He's just seeing the ball so well right now. I think it's, I don't know if it looks like a beach ball coming in, if it's able to slow it down, but everything looks like it's just coming easy to him right now. I mean, that is a smooth swing for that ball to come off nearly 112 miles an hour.
So 3 more hits, an RBI, 1-run game. And lefties have hit Romero well this season. Clemens steps in and is ahead ball 1. Romero has allowed 4 home runs. And 3 of the 4 have come to left-handed hitters. Sweeps in for a strike. And Cody has just been given more and more of a platform since early mid-May to face left-handed pitcher. Because of swings like that, Kreidler broke for 2nd, will stop at 3rd base because of Walker's arm. And a perfect throw in. So Clemens rips a single to right, and the bases are loaded for Royce Lewis. And Ali Marmol will make a change. He's got righty George Soriano ready in his bullpen, so Romero departs. 4 straight Twins have reached. Bases are loaded, and a confident, surging Royce Lewis coming up when we come back.
let's shop and.
Twins have 1 in, 3 on. Only 1 out, bottom 7, and righty George Soriano is out for the 2nd time this season. He's performed well. And Royce Lewis is batting, bases loaded, in a 1-run game. Royce 0 for 2 with a walk and a stolen base today. Inside ball 1. Now Soriano, Perk, we've said this with his Cardinal bullpen all weekend long. Another guy with good ground ball numbers.
Faced Royce Lewis the other night, and Royce hit a fly ball to center field, got a sacrifice out of it, scored Cody Clemens. His changeup is his best pitch. What was the first pitch he threw to Royce? But high whiff rate, high chase rate, hasn't translated into the strikeouts that you would think. But yeah, another guy, ground ball rate just under 50%.
Chase ball 3 there. Two and 2. Royce 0 for 8 this season with the bases loaded. Was ahead 2-0 and now 2-2. Good timeout taken here by Lewis. Line to left center field. Nootbaar won't get it. Base hit. 1 run scores. Buxton will be held, and Royce Lewis ties the game with an RBI single here in the 7th, and the Twins and Cardinals are tied 4-4.
Picked a good time for his first bases loaded base hit. This year he saw another changeup. Stayed back just long enough off the end of the bat. But he found some grass.
And now Josh Bell. Still just 1 out. And strike 1. Well, you said it, Perk. He stayed back just long enough, and the adjustments that he made with his stance where he's in the box right now, that heel tap backwards, that pitch recognition lasting just a beat longer.
Yep, letting it come to him.
Five straight Twins have reached. Bell trying to battle back, down 0-2. Josh, he has been tremendous with the bases loaded this season. 4 for 9. He's knocked in 9 of his 40 runs in situations like this. But can't do it here on a high fastball. Soriano strikes out Bell. So 2 down, and it's up to Caratini. Caratini's been on twice. Cardinals due up in the 8th inning. Walker, Nootbaar, and Jordan. Hitters 4, 5, and 6. Buxton at third base. Clemens at second. Royce at first. To left, Nootbaar tracking with room. Makes the catch on the warning track. Inning over, but the Twins, they bat 8 and score 2 to pull even. A walk, and then it was a singles parade. Buxton drove in a run. Clemens singled to right, Royce staying hot, tied the game at 4. Brawl at the ballpark will come off the top rope here at Target Field on July 10th. Twins take on the Angels. Then after the game should be fun. All Elite Wrestling and the Stars put on a great show after the game. You can buy a special ticket and with that receive a Twins and AEW co-branded baseball hat. Get your tickets now at twins.com/brawl. Royce Lewis and Byron Buxton RBI singles in the 2-run 7th 4-4 game. Andrew Morris facing Jordan Walker. And ball 1. Well, this young man in his rookie season perk, he has pitched in just about every inning, every role so far to begin his big league career.
I think he's checked every single box you could imagine. Been an opener, been a closer, some middle relief, on here in the 8th in a tie game. I love his stuff. Seen his fastball velocity climb, seen him up to 100 miles an hour. Can he land his breaking stuff in the strike zone? That's the key for him.
The 1-2 from Morris. Got him. 96 off the outside corner. Third time Walker struck out today.
And it's been velocity away to Walker today. Taj struck him out swinging on a fastball away, looking on a fastball away, and then Morris there, another one. Fastball just off the plate away.
Cutter for a strike. Nootbaar. Twins defensively. Ryan Kryler stays in at short. Clemens goes from right to left, and Austin Martin stays in at right. Nootbaar 0 for 3 today. Speaking of velocity with Andrew Morris, he reached 100 miles an hour on the last homestand, striking out Bobby Witt Jr. when Kansas City was in town. And hit the strike zone there. A knee-high changeup, and Nootbaar strikes out looking.
Nothing better than getting a called strike 3 on a changeup.
Why is that?
Because it's just not the intention with the pitch when you throw it.
In the hole, base hit left field, and Jordan has hit the ball on the ground now 4 times and picks up his first hit. Thinking back even to spring training as the Twins were putting together what the roster opening day might look like, there was a period of time where Morris, he was in play to make the team out of camp as a long man.
He's been in that role this year too. Every single one of them.
The Twins have not announced their starting pitching plans in Texas tomorrow night. Mike Paredes certainly is an option to go opposite Mackenzie Gore in game 1. There was a period of time we saw Morris open up for Paredes. And now here he is pitching in the 8th inning today in a 4-4 game. 0-2 on Mason Wynn, who's pinch hitting for Torres, and he fouls it back. So we'll see Weatherholt moved to second, and Wynn staying at short. Gold Glove winning shortstop last year for the St. Louis Cardinals, Mason Wynn. A rare day off today until now. Jordan at first, 2 down. Now Morris fires 1-2. Struck him out looking, and a challenge here from Wynn. Awfully close to this, just clipped the outside corner. This will be a very close ABS call, and he just missed.
Pitches a ball. St. Louis has one challenge.
Wow, look at that, by a 1/10 of an inch. And the Cardinals maintain their one challenge.
And this is something that I would be very curious about. It's going through Andrew Morris's head right now. You think the inning ends, the call gets called a strike, and then you have to go back out there and execute another pitch.
Check swing, he went. He executed his cutter. And Wynn pinch hitting for Torres strikes out. Nice job, Andrew Morris, the rookie. Strikes out 3 in a scoreless 8th inning. Brooks Lee will lead off the bottom half of the 8th when we come back. But Morris, the rookie, striking out not 1. Not 2, but all 3 Cardinals here in the 8th inning in the rubber game of this series. Nice job by Andrew Morris, striking out 3. A scoreless 8th inning Twins. Looking to take the lead here in the 8th inning. Brooks Lee did that on Friday night with a home run in this inning. Helped the Twins win by 1. Leads off the 8th inning today, and ball 1 against Soriano. The lone Twin who did not bat last inning. Delta drone camera. Cloudless blue skies today. Hit sharply, but playing the line was Jordan. And Lee is out, number 1. Twins bullpen, Yoendris Gomez. Looks like he is prepping for the 9th inning. Cardinals have 8-9-1. Fermin, Church, and Weatherholt. Martin pinch hitting in the 7th, struck out, stayed in defensively and right. Progressive wire cam. Martin trying to fight back, down 0-2. And Herrera going out for a chat. Let's take a look quickly at our AL Central standings as Herrera makes his way back towards home plate. And we'll get to those here in a moment. Keyshaw on deck. Got him. Change up. And 2 down. Here in the Twins' 8th inning. Keyshaw coming up, but first we take a look back at today's unreal defensive play of the game after much discussion and debate. Here's our pick today, and this one I think explains itself. Nootbaar going into the stands trying to make a catch, but then a Cardinal fan got in the way, and then the dad said, "I didn't do it," and just dropped the ball right in the mitt of Nootbaar. Nootbaar was like, "Hey, what team are you rooting for here, bud?" Pulled to left field. Keyshaw. That's fair. And this will go for extra bases. So a 2-out double. And the go-ahead run is in scoring position here in the 8th inning.
Second day in a row that Luke Keyshaw has pulled the ball on a line to left field. Being a little bit more aggressive and got the head out. Yesterday was the home run. Very similar swing there. Good contact to the pull side for Luke.
Let's see if Kreidler can come up. Had a pinch hit single, scored last inning. Now playing shortstop late today. Ball 1. Twins are 3 for 9 today with runners in scoring position. Let's go back to the Keyshaw swing here, and your point, Perk. Look at the point of impact, way in front.
Catching it way out front, and we've seen him use the right side of the field so much, and some good contact, mostly weak contact in the air, and so I think it's a good sign to see him catching some balls out front.
The off-speed pitches that Soriano's flipping in today. Change-ups, sweepers. The timing has been off. And some of these Twins right-handed hitters.
You're trying to gear up 97, 98 miles an hour, and especially the changeup. You can see why that's been his best strikeout pitch.
Look at 97 right there. Fouled it back. Keyshaw leading off second with 2 outs. Low. Great take from Kreidler.
See it low, let it go.
And again the 2-2. A swing and a fly ball. Left center field and deep. This one carrying towards the bullpen and off the wall. Keyshaw scores. Kreidler makes second base. Ryan Kreidler 2 for 2 off the bench. And the Twins have a 5-4 lead.
Go back to the changeup that he took below the strike zone, and then he fouled one off. He was on the fastball, he was on the changeup, so they tried to go to a sweeper, and that one just hung. Kreidler was all over it.
And now Byron Buxton. Down to strike. Twins have insurance run at second. More insurance at the plate. Buck, 3 more hits today. Everything has been scolded. A double, a single, and an RBI single in the 7th inning. Inside. So all this with 2 outs. Soriano retiring Lee and Martin. Keyshaw and Kreidler back-to-back doubles. Caught the corner. Twins don't have a challenge. Kreidler, 2 impactful swings off the bench. Keyshaw got it started and has run the difference right now. Sweeper, and Buxton strikes out to end the inning, but the Twins take the lead. Back-to-back doubles from Keyshaw and Kreidler, and Yoendris Gomez will try and save it. Ryan Kreidler, an RBI double off the bench, 3 outs away from a series win.
Let's take a look at our upcoming schedule, brought to you by Progressive. In a few short hours, the Twins will be on a plane headed to the Lone Star State. It's a 3-game set in 4 days, thanks to an off day on Wednesday against the Rangers. But then a nice stretch of interleague action. We'll see 3 in Arizona, then back home for a homestand against the Dodgers and the Rockies, guys.
Audra, thank you. And Ryan Kreidler's RBI double. Twins have a 5-4 lead. Yoendris Gomez with 5 saves this season, 4 of them with the Twins. Has the 9th inning with a 1-run lead. Fermin, Church, and Weatherholt for St. Louis. Two 2-0.
Hit the reset button here.
Perfect pitch right there at 94, 2-1. Second appearance this series for Gomez. He had the 8th inning on Friday. A lot of run, 3 hits in 1/3 of an inning. On the ground is short. Kreidler dives, picks, pops, throws, and Lewis scooped it, but off the bag. Either that or just calling him safe. It's a play the Twins can challenge. And they will.
Ball on the field is safe at first base. Minnesota has challenged.
Heck of a play by Kreidler. He was in that shortstop third base hole. Long way to his left. Quick pop up and throw.
Well, it wasn't a case of Royce being off the bag. Jeremy Rehak made no indication of that. Simply that Fermin beat it. Let's piece it together here.
If his foot's on the base, he's going to be out.
To review, the call on the field is overturned. Runner is out. Minnesota retains their challenge.
Outstanding all around. Kreidler, the range, and Royce Lewis with his most impactful scoop at first so far.
Heck of a play on both ends. The Kreidler, man, did he go a long way to get that ball.
Heard the call from Dan Iasonia, pumping the fist. And we talked about the difference in 1-run games. Good defense.
Good defense. Makes all the difference in the world.
Nathan Church has been on 3 times today. 2 singles, a walk, and a run. 1-1. No swing. Two and two. Gomez began the season with Tampa Bay, joined the Twins in Cleveland early May. He got high fastball 97. And Church is out number 2.
Just blew his doors off. Love it. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins.
Weatherholt to center and playable. Buxton in the sunshine. He's got it, and the Twins win the series with a pair of 1-run wins. Gomez the save, Kreidler with the bat and the glove. And Royce Lewis, an outstanding weekend at the plate and at first base. And the Twins with a nice series win over a very good Cardinal team, winning 2 out of 3. 5-4 the final as the Twins look to keep it going in Arlington tomorrow night. For Glenn Perkins, Audra Barton, Corey Provis saying so long for now. Katie and Tim, Twins postgame is coming up next on Twins TV.
Before running for
I mean, the first couple innings, it was dialed in, and he had, what, a 9-pitch inning, a 10-pitch inning. I mean, it was really efficient. He was through 5 at like 52. That's a really good sign. I mean, that's a good club over there, and they grind through at bats. And just overall, I thought the stuff was really sharp. It was nice to see the split back to where we want, and then when he had to go back to the fastball, he was able to execute it.
Say a lot about your guys' offense. That 7th inning, I guess, you get about 4 straight hits, but send 8 guys to the plate and down 2 runs.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I've said this time and time again, regardless of the score, this team continues to play. They continue to have good at-bats, and I think tonight was, kind of a microcosm of that, or today was a microcosm. You saw them. It doesn't matter what the score is. They continue to go and give themselves an opportunity. I mean, even last night in the game we lost, I mean, the tying run and winning runner at the plate, I'm really proud of the way this offense plays.